About 6 years ago, my husband and I were in a really bad car accident, and thank goodness we're both fine. But in the aftermath of that event, the first thing that happened was that I blacked out after the impact. And when I came to, I couldn't see. And so I was sort of in this like disembodied state, shouting, I can't see, I can't see. And when my husband didn't respond to me, my immediate reaction was, what is wrong with him? Why isn't he answering me? Like, am I alive? Am I dead? And what's happening? And then at some point he sort of choked out, I can't breathe. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, we're screwed. And there was something sort of in that moment for me where it was possible that there was something really wrong with me, that I was very like severely injured in that moment. But the idea that there was something wrong with him was impossible. There was like, I could survive something that would happen to me, but I could not survive if something were to happen to him. So there was that piece of it. And then several days later, after, in my recovery, because I was heavily concussed after the accident, I was sort of laying on the couch, and my daughter, who was 6 months old at the time, was like bouncing in her little bouncer, and I was calling to her and couldn't get off the couch, and she was ignoring me, as a 6-month-old is wont to do. And I just had this bizarre feeling of, oh my God, I died. I died in that accident. I'm just seeing what comes after, and my mom will raise our kids, and we'll never move into the house we bought. And so even further after that, once I was sort of recovered from all of that, we were at Thanksgiving that year, and everybody was fighting about something stupid, the turkey, I don't know what, but I was just so grateful and so I had so much perspective on the value of our delicate little lives, and just was so desperately happy and really wanted to share that. And that was sort of the beginning of Wander Darkly. It was like all these moments and wanting to share what came out of that. I think these characters took on a life of their own, and their love took on a life of its own. Especially, I think, because Sienna and Diego had a relationship, a friendship that goes back years. They had such a comfort and such a warmth together that it really, it's theirs. You know what I mean? As much as it is my husband's and mine, Diego and Sienna made Adrian and Mateo their own. In casting Diego, I mean, my husband is not Latino. He's half Armenian. But it was important to me that we not cast a white male in that role. Mostly because we live in Los Angeles, and that's not the world that I experience every day. I live in a very diverse neighborhood. We have diverse friends, and I just thought there was something very important about giving that role to a person of color. And I also, funny enough, Diego was in my initial lookbook. Like, he's like half the page. So even sort of subconsciously, I think I always wanted Diego. And he also, by the way, has this this very rare combination of boyish charm and hyper intelligence that my husband also has, which is, it's like all these things you don't realize until you know them both, and then you're like, oh, that's why I was drawn to you to play this role. We had this little like pool party with the cast and some of our families and everything before we started shooting, and my husband showed up late, but he was wearing the exact same outfit that Diego was wearing. Like, their bathing suits matched, their shirts matched. It was like really, and I was like, I have to go. I don't know how to like do this. I was very awkward about the whole thing, truthfully.